Okay, hello, hey, hi, how are you?
Yeah,
Wait,
hi,
yeah,
how
wait,
are
wait.
you?
Alrighty, welcome to our uh team
the what
predictions, week three, team
week
predictions,
three
week three,
week three predictions. Let's put it that way.
week three predictions. Um, we're doing this a day before. I don't know when this will be posted. Uh, well, this is a day before Thursday, so we will, I guess, first do Patriots versus Jets. Payson, what do you think the outcome of this game is, and why do you think it will be probably the Patriots?
Okay, I have my reasonings on it being the Patriots only because I don't I don't know. It's gonna be the Patriots. I don't know why though.
Well, I can tell you why. So I think it's going to be the Patriots. One, because the Patriots have a top 10 defense right now. They have been doing way better than expected. Um, Aaron Rodgers seems to still be kind of shaking off that rust. Um, the
Who they
really
play?
only
Who the Jets play last week? Hold up, let me look at that. They played the Titans and barely
they played
won.
the Titans.
And that's
Yeah.
telling you that you barely beat a shitty team. And the Patriots are.
Well, the
Uh,
Titans, I wouldn't say are shit. Well,
oh, they
I wouldn't say
lost
they're a
to
shitty
they
team.
lost to the Bears, but and the Bears didn't do anything on offense.
Yeah. So Jets, I would say, do have a good chance, especially with Aaron Rodgers. But honestly, I would definitely say that the Patriots probably have this. They have the better defense. I forgot his name. Who's the quarterback's name for the Patriots again?
It's Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby. That's right. Jacoby is actually having a really fire season so far. Everyone's just doing fantastic. That's why I am going with the Patriots on this one.
Yeah, that
Next
definitely.
we next we have the um let's see here, the Cleveland Browns versus the New Jersey Giants.
You mean the New York?
Nope, they are in New Jersey, so
It
that's why
should
I'm
be.
calling them the New Jersey Giants.
It should be New Jersey. I don't know how both New York teams get away with playing in New Jersey. Um, yeah,
Both of these teams have
ooh,
got off to a very sorry start. We
that's a
have
tough question on this.
Daniel Jones, who has done horrible this first week. This second week, they actually didn't do bad. Their defense kind of fell apart near the end, which is still don't know how it's
Eh,
possible to score touchdowns and have the
eh,
opposing team not score touchdowns
Hey,
and still lose.
make history last week for being the first team to score touchdowns and lose 3 touchdowns and lose to field goals.
Yeah, that's all I was just saying. I don't understand how that's
Their
even
their
possible.
their kicker got okay. So apparently he got hurt earlier in the week, and then they decided to play him anyways, and he re-aggravated whatever injury he had. So
Yeah,
they played down a whole game without a kicker. But my thing is why didn't you say screw it and let the punter try to kick a field goal?
yeah, that honestly
That would
doesn't
have
make any
been
sense to me.
yeah, because I mean, the week one the Steelers had to use their kicker as the punter. Like it can't be that hard.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know that now.
Uh, I think it's gonna be a close game, but I think Cleveland's gonna squeak out the win.
Honestly, I am going to go probably with the Giants on this one. The Giants just honestly have a better overall team. The Browns don't really have a lot going for them, especially with the quarterback that we will not name.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. We don't name
honestly,
him.
I just think that honestly they just have a better chance next week, but against the Giants, I just think New Jersey's got this one.
Yeah, yeah.
And then next up, we have the Green Bay Packers versus the Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
Very interesting game.
Very interesting. I would had Jordan Love been playing, I would have said Green Bay Packers 100%.
Well, I'm still thinking Green Bay Packers, honestly, because
the way they ran the ball against the Colts last week, I can
not
see it.
only running the ball,
I can see
but
that happening.
the Mayo Man himself has not been doing great, finding new ways to turn over the ball. Don't know.
I'll show the clip in the video.
It's not.
It's not
It's
great.
not great. I know it's only week 2.
And it's
But
funny because the Titans have led at halftime in their first 2 games, and they've lost both of those games.
yeah, it's honestly the Packers probably have it out in this one. I think that the Tennessee defense might put up a good, decent fight, but honestly, I just don't really have any faith in the Titans and Drake May.
Yeah, I don't think whatever his name, Will Levis, I think that's their quarterback.
Or not Drake May, yeah, Will Levis, my bad.
Drake May's the backup for the Pats right now, which is still unbelievable. But
I do have faith in Drake May. I do have faith. He showed me. He proved to me last week.
See, they're doing things in New England where they're not starting the rookie as their starting quarterback in year 1, which not a lot of teams do that anymore.
No, but again, I just think that Drake May and the Packers have got this one, even without Jordan Love. I think that they'll still be able to be just fine for now.
It's funny because the quarterback that's playing quarterback for the Packers right now, what's his name? Malik Willis. He used to play for the Titans.
Yeah.
So I find that funny. I find that funny.
All right. Next up, we have the Chicago Bears versus the Indianapolis Colts.
If Anthony Richardson plays how he did against the Packers, they have no business beating the Bears. But then again, the Bears are the Bears, and while they did play, they did play decent. What was it, Sunday night?
Well, let's look at it this way: the Bears
are the Bears.
I mean, going from Justin Fields right now to I keep forgetting quarterbacks' names.
Caleb
who's
Williams.
The Bears quarterback? Caleb Williams. There we go. Going from Justin Fields to Caleb Williams. Right now, Caleb Williams has not shown us a lot. Week 1 barely completed any passes. This is not the Pac-12 anymore. He keeps trying to scramble, thinking he's going to be doing what he did in college. Not off to a great start. I don't know if we'll see what he did in college, but again, not really having a great feeling with him. On the Colts side of the ball, barely squeezed out a loss against the Packers. They really did put it together in the second half. If they did what they did in the second half, the entire game, I think they won't have a problem beating the Bears, and Bears fans will probably be very upset with me saying that.
Yeah, Colts fans just better hope that Anthony Richardson don't throw 3 interceptions.
Yeah, with DeForest Buckner being injured, which is one of my favorite players.
Yeah,
they're struggling a little bit on defense for the Colts, but I mean, honestly, as long as you keep your favorite receiver, what you like to call a former Panther, in check, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then next up, we have the Houston Texans versus the Minnesota Vikings.
This is where we find out if Minnesota's real or not.
Yeah, first off,
Well,
let's get out of
technically
this-
they beat the Niners last week, but they've beaten the Niners so many years in a row, whether they were good or not. So,
Well, this is the thing, right? I guess I was going to do Texas, but we'll do Vikings first. The Vikings, for some reason, when the 49ers go to Minnesota, they never win. They haven't won a game in Minnesota since 1992. I mean, they honestly just outcoached and outplayed the 49ers. It was horrible for a 49ers fan. But
right.
honestly, they did fantastic on the defensive side of the ball, offensive side of the ball, but they are struggling a little bit with Justin Jefferson being out for this game.
He's out?
He
Oh
is
yeah,
out.
yeah, that's right. Is
He got injured. I think it's a calf injury.
Is there other receivers still out? Is Jordan Addison still hurt? Or is
Jordan Addison is.
He's questionable.
He is questionable.
Ooh. Can Sam Darnold do it with no-name receivers?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be hard, especially with a DeMeco Ryans-led defense. They didn't do great last Sunday against the Bears. And honestly, in my opinion, from what I saw, CJ Stroud did not look his best on Sunday night. I mean, you can tell he was a little sloppy. He just wasn't completing passes like that. Of course, he still looks fantastic, but it's not what we've been seeing, especially from last year.
Right.
It's just, it's definitely not great, but, you know, I still think that, honestly, any amount of effort put in with probably one of the best receiving cores in the NFL right now with Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs. I think that they will be perfectly fine
and
putting away the Minnesota
Nico Collins and stuff. I don't really think Stephon Diggs has done much because I think I have him in our league and he hasn't really done much, which is disappointing.
He's done a few. I think he did some pretty well last week.
That he has a total of, in 2 games, 10 receptions for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Oh, well, then never mind.
Nico Collins has the majority of everything with 14 receptions for 252 yards.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't see a world where right now. I honestly do think that the Vikings are pretenders. I don't think that they are contenders in this league. Again, I don't know how Sam Darnold is doing it right now. I guess we will see if they do beat the Texans. I will say that they are indeed a very heavy contender. But until I see that happen, I just do not think that the Vikings can contend.
But see, my thing is when Justin Jefferson is your receiver, how is it hard to be play quarterback?
Yeah, except for Sam Darnold has been sharing the love a little bit, and again he's
that is true because Justin Jefferson only has 8 receptions for 192 yards, and then whoever Jalen Naylor is has 4 receptions for 75 on the season.
So he is sharing the love. So we can't say he's crutching on it.
But for Sam Darnold to have 476 passing yards after 2 weeks isn't horrible.
No, it's not. Sam Darnold is doing fantastic, honestly, right now. That's what I'm saying. I do think that they're doing great, but I just don't know against the voodoo magic, as I'm calling it voodoo magic, against the 49ers.
Voodoo magic, right.
I don't know if they're honestly going to be contenders. And then I guess we'll move on to the next one. the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New Orleans Saints.
Yes.
The Saints.
Saquon
Wow.
Yes. Scoring the second most amount of points in to start 2 games in a season.
Not only that, didn't they score like the most amount of points ever, or like the second amount of points ever in the Cowboys Stadium? I remember seeing something about
Let me
that.
let me look that up.
I mean, they absolutely killed, murdered, demolished the Cowboys, which, of course, always puts a smile on America's face. Them cowgirls.
Oh, this doesn't help me. Oh.
Yeah, either way, they scored, what was it, 42 points against the Cowboys?
Yeah, they scored. It was 44-19.
44 to 19?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's not what I. Whatever.
that doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, that doesn't matter too much. But the fact that Saquon sold for the Eagles last week.
Yeah, with the Eagles coming off a loss on Monday night, Saquon, you can take Saquon out of New Jersey, but you can't take the New Jersey out of Saquon.
Yeah, 100% on that.
You just, honestly, they did play well. I do think that if they clean up their acts, I do think that they'll be just fine. But again, this is where we'll see if the Saints are pretenders or contenders. In my opinion, I think that they're heavy contenders. I always knew that Derek Carr would be something on some team if they would have given him a chance.
See, all these people are calling Derek Carr like, well, I guess before really this year, but they were always hating on him, and I'm like, he's been that guy. He just really hasn't had a great team around him to show for what he's putting up.
And this is the year where he's putting up, he's showing up. I mean, with him, Alvin Kamara doing fantastic. I don't see why they won't have a fantastic year this year. I really think that they do have a strong chance of winning the division and going to the playoffs this year.
That new receiver, Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah.
Hey, this is dang. It's his 3rd year, and he's already playing as well as he is. And I don't think he's number 1 on their depth chart, but don't quote me on that because I am not 100% sure. Oh, I guess he's number 1 on one of the sides, which I guess which technically makes it number 2. Because I think Chris Olave, I think, is technically the number 1. But the fact that he's coming up and surprising the league right now.
It's I really do think that like they'll honestly have no problem stomping on the Eagles, but it really depends on how we see the run defense just the run defense, how we'll see that against the Eagles. Honestly, with also AJ Brown being out for this game, the really main receiver that they have, Devontae Smith, really does have to step up.
And I think that showed. Yeah, I think that showed in the game against the Falcons why they lost. With one of their best receivers being out, and then trying to rely on a running back to help get you a crucial first down on a 3rd down, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, again, it's just that a few missed plays, a few missed opportunities. It can't be all put on Saquon. Jalen Hurts throwing for some reason, desperation throw downfield when he really didn't need to, really sold them the game.
Yeah.
Again, I do think that the Saints might struggle on this one, and we'll see if they're contenders or pretenders, but I really do think the Saints should be able to pull through.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, next up, we have the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers,
I feel
even
like
though they've off to a 2-0 start, they are, without a doubt in my mind, 100% pretenders. There is no way that they will beat the Los Angeles Chargers this week. Going off a win, of course, against the Broncos, the sorry Broncos.
the Broncos
just
are
don't
ass
see-
and the Falcons are ass. Well, the Falcons beat the Eagles, so we can't say they're complete ass, but the Falcons are ass.
Yeah, I just don't see how the Steelers will be able to pull off against a Jim Harbaugh-led team. Also coming off a win against the again last place team in the NFL, the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, but okay, so looking at stats, like it's sad when J.K. Dobbins almost has as many rushing yards as Justin Herbert has passing yards, and that's the only reason I think that the Chargers might lose is because Justin Herbert's not really passing the ball that well. He doesn't.
J.K. Dobbins.
I get he's running the ball, but the Steelers have a good defense, and I don't know. Let me see who the Chargers played week 1. The Chargers played the Raiders week 1, which I don't know how good the Raiders defense is, so I can't attest for the Raiders defense being good because I don't really watch their games to know whether they're good or not. But
yeah, the Steelers have a great defense, but honestly, I do think when they do their greatest strength in their defense, their offense leaves a lot to be desired.
yeah, 100%, I agree with you on that.
Only having like what, 1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns?
And it's only 1 touchdown, and we're starting.
Justin Fields.
We're starting Justin Fields again.
Yeah, well, is it? Well, again, it says that Russell Wilson is injured.
No, he's hurt. But then again, even if Russell Wilson was able to come back, why would you? The dude's 2-0. Like if he could come back this week, Justin Fields is 2-0. Why would you take somebody who's 2-0 out?
And also Justin Fields
when the quarterback play isn't going to be much different.
Yeah, he has a lot to prove this year. He wants that starting position. He wants that starting position play. I think this is more of a situation like Baker Mayfield being transferred to another team from getting starter to backup and now getting paid $30 million a year again.
Yeah,
I really do think that Justin Fields wants that same position, being from backup to starter.
And there was rumors going around that teams, like a team that needed a quarterback, may trade for Russell Wilson, but who knows whether that happens or not this year.
Yeah, and actually, I have a surprise for you when we go to the Panthers. But until then, I really do think the Chargers should eke out a win against the Steelers, even though with their great defense, I believe enough in J.K. Dobbins to really be that workhorse and lead them to another win.
Definitely.
Next up, we have the Denver Broncos versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's the easy win. That's an easy win for Tampa.
Tampa Bay is coming off a win against who I think will be a hard contender this year. The Lions. Baker Mayfield, let him bake. He is doing fantastic this year.
The
to the pass game, to reads, to
Right.
the even just running for first downs. This is just a Baker Mayfield I never thought I'd see.
Yeah, the fact that Tampa's only favored by 6.5, you would think they'd be favored by more since it's Denver, but who knows?
Yeah,
Who
I
knows?
mean,
We'll see on Sunday.
And again, with Denver, with Bo Nix calling people calling him Bo Picks,
Right,
not looking great.
right, 100%.
I mean, I just don't know what else to say, but like Bo Nix was. I mean, it is early. It is early, but I just don't think Bo Nix is the guy.
It's too early to tell, but I don't think he's the guy.
I just don't. Yep, I agree. I just don't think that he's the guy. It is only week 3.
Denver hasn't had a guy since Peyton Manning.
Yeah, I mean they've been in limbo since 2014 or 2016, I should say.
Yeah, when Peyton Manning, whenever he retired.
Remember when we thought
Brock Osweiler was the guy, and then he sucked.
Yeah, that was. But honestly, I don't see really any need to talk about this more. Tampa Bay will probably walk all over the Buccaneers, or the Bucks will walk all over Denver.
100%.
Next up, we have the Carolina Panthers versus the Los Angeles Rams. Payson, would you like to take over the Panthers?
We're gonna lose. I will say we do have a better shot now that what's his name? That Andy Dalton's playing. And supposedly I think I sent you the thing on Instagram. Hold up. Let me see if I sent it to you. Or maybe I sent it to the group chat, so that might be take forever to find it.
Well, someone up to me. What was it?
Hold up. After 2 weeks, in the first 2 games of the 2024 season, the Panthers O-line is like ranked 5th in pass protection versus being ranked 27th last year. It's just it's just that Bryce Young is ass and doesn't know what to do, and he's jumping and throwing the ball in a wide open pocket when you don't need to jump to throw the ball.
I did see that, but it just I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I do not have a single clue where to start with the Carolina Panthers. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's the staff. I don't know if it goes all the way up to the owner.
I don't know.
Something needs to change.
I don't know how it is. I hate our owner. Like, I know he's done a lot, and he's the reason we have soccer in Charlotte for MLS, but different topic for another day. But like, he's not it.
But again, and then now with trade rumors being said that the Giants are interested in Bryce Young, I mean, I just don't see Bryce Young staying in Carolina that long.
But the Raiders did come off beating the Ravens, which is surprising.
Yeah, don't know what was going on there.
Apparently the NFL, the kickers are 35 of 37 on. What was it? It was something. It was. I don't know if it. I don't know if it was 50 plus or just like in general, because apparently the two misses out of that stat were both Justin Tucker and Ravens fans are apparently pissed at Justin Tucker right now. And I know that has nothing to do with like this game, but I think that's why the Raiders won, because I think Justin Tucker missed the field goal in that game.
Yeah, it's honestly, and then again, with Bryce probably being traded to the Giants, I just
Well, apparently our
Panthers
head
don't
coach
even
said
know.
I think our head coach said he's not trading him.
Yeah, but you guys said the same thing with CMC
And another thing,
and Brian
I
Burns
I, I I saw a
and
giant. I
DJ
saw
Moore.
it. It's funny. I saw a Giants fan posted like because they're all the rumor thing on Instagram. I saw a Giants fan post that why would we trade for Bryce Young when he's worse than Daniel Jones?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
But Daniel Jones is on a fat contract when he had one good year.
Don't know why they gave him that big of an extension. I mean, I know they're regretting it now.
The first year they had Ryan Dable, they got lucky that he played well that year.
Yeah, I just hope that eventually that they'll get their act together. But for right now, I don't see the Panthers even winning many games this season. So I'm gonna have to go with the Raiders on that one.
All right, back to where we're at. So we're both picking the Raiders to win. I'm assuming,
Yeah, there's just no
and
way.
I'm surprised the spread's only 5.
Yeah.
It, it,
Because the
it,
Panthers defense can do something, but just not recently.
we're on the, and then we're on to Seattle and Miami.
Yeah, what do you think about this game?
What's up, Pax? As much as I hate Seattle, it pains me to say that Seattle's gonna win.
My gut's telling me to say Miami because I hate the Seattle Seahawks, but with Tua being brain dead at this point, I don't think
Which he should retire. It would be in his best bet to retire, but hey,
he should. But having extra rest since playing on Thursday, the Seattle Seahawks coming off a scrape out victory in overtime, I just don't see. Really depending on how Skylar was. Who's the backup for Miami? Skylar Thompson?
yeah. And then they picked up who'd they pick up? They picked up Tyler Huntley off the Ravens practice squad.
Yeah, honestly, I think they might as well just go out and pick up Ryan Tannehill. I think that's going to be their best bet.
Honestly, I would have done that instead of picking up Tyler Huntley off the practice squad. But that's just me.
Yeah, again, I mean, they still have all the weapons around them with Tyreek Hill and everyone else. I do think they'll have a fighting chance, but I think that Seattle will probably scrape out unless Skylar Thompson just pops off this game.
But who knows? It's Skylar Thompson, and this is his second? No, I guess it was his third year, because I guess he was picked in a 7th round pick in 2022. So,
Yeah, again, this could be a Brock Purdy situation, so we can't exactly count him out yet, but I don't really have too much faith.
yeah.
But yeah, I do think sadly Seattle will scrape out a win here.
Who'd Seattle? Oh yeah, that's right. Seattle played
Yep, Seattle played
the Patriots and squeaked out a win.
Squeak out a win to overtime.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's tough.
So
to
yeah,
say that.
I unfortunately see Seattle winning this.
Yeah, me too.
All right, what's the next game? I can't see.
Hold up. The next game is Dallas Baltimore, which should be a really good game.
It should be a good game, but seeing how the Cowgirls lost horribly at home. Again, in Baltimore, coming off 0-2, which I don't think anyone expected. I do think Baltimore will have a good bounce back game against the Cowboys.
Yeah, most definitely.
I mean, every year, we always hear the same thing about how they're going to be great, they're going to be best in the league, and after getting destroyed by the Saints, being demoralized, I just don't see a place where Baltimore doesn't come in and stop.
Bro, apparently you can get tickets as low as $37 for the Cowboys the Cowboys Ravens game. Are Cowboys fans that mad over the loss last week?
I mean, hey, they could have been. I mean, I would have been mad if I watched my team get defeated 40-19.
Right. 44-19. That is awful.
It was horrible. I just don't see a world where, honestly, right now the Cowboys really win this game. Even though they're at home, I think Baltimore is going to have a bounce back game. I don't think they want the Steelers to get too far in front. I just think that Baltimore wins here.
Yeah.
Next up,
now we can tie. What's up, Ernesto?
Next up, we have the game I am excited for. We have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Los Angeles Rams. Both teams are heavily injured.
That's a win for the Niners. 100%. I'm not even gonna lie. The Rams lost. The Rams lost to the Cardinals.
Not only, but not that. It's that without Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, which is probably their two best receivers, I just don't see them having many weapons left to really compete.
The only like good player left is probably Kyren Williams outside of Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, and Matthew Stafford did not perform well without either weapons, not being able to really get a footing.
Because Jordan Whittington's going to start over. Well, actually, I would assume Jordan Whittington would start over Cooper Kupp, Demarcus Robinson, and then Tyler Johnson. Like, who are they? Like, they're all awful.
And 49ers side, I mean, 49ers are just injured heavily. I mean, and Brandon Ayuk is not performing as much as a receiver that is getting paid that much money should. No, I mean, he's getting paid top 5 receiver money. He's not making any of these catches.
He'll pick it up towards the... Well, considering that Debo's hurt, right?
Debo is hurt this game.
So
I think he's out with the calf.
Oh. So apparently Hufanga's questionable. The D Winters is questionable, and Debo Samuel's not going to play. And we all know Christian McCaffrey's out.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey's probably going to be out at bare minimum 2 more games after this.
Right.
So I don't even see him again until like week 6, week 7, which is halfway through the season.
Right.
But honestly, just how heavily injured both teams are, but we are just not as injured in key positions. I just think that the 49ers can squeeze this one out.
It could be an interesting game only because both teams are injured, so it could be a close game.
It could be a close game, I agree. But again, with Brock Purdy having a bit fewer or a little bit more weapons to really get a grip on with George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, if he can run, and Jordan Mason popping off in place of Christian McCaffrey, I think we'll be fine.
How many yards does he have total? Because
It's like 240 something.
247 out of 2 weeks. Like, that's
247.
not horrible at all.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, he's doing well in place of CMC.
I
And
agree with you,
he's an
Ernesto.
undrafted player.
Ernesto goes, if the Cardinals can score 41 points against the Rams, it's a safe bet the 49ers win.
Yeah.
They just need to spread the ball. That is very true.
Spread the ball or just use Jordan Mason and just shove him down their throat.
Definitely.
So I just don't see a world where the 49ers just don't win.
If they don't, that's sad, but I don't think it's going to happen.
If they don't, then we got way bigger issues. Next up, we have what might be a very interesting game. The Detroit Lions versus the Arizona Cardinals. Both teams. Detroit coming off a loss against the Bucks, and Cardinals destroying the Rams. What do you think about this game?
I feel like Detroit's gonna win. The Rams were injured and got more injured during the game against Arizona.
So you think Arizona's going to be coming out here?
Well, Arizona possibly could win because they put up a good fight against the Bills in Week 1 and lost by 6.
Yeah, and they had a fantastic first half against the Bills.
Definitely.
And honestly, this one is very tough. Depends on how Amra St. Brown performs. And Jared Goff. I mean,
damn. Oh my god. Is there a way I can check who leads in passing right now? Because, damn, Jared Goff has 524 passing yards in 2 games.
I mean, yeah.
Jesus. And 2 separate running backs for the Lions have basically the same amount of rushing yards with 124 and 126.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the Lions are a bit more of a stable team in terms of like they kind of know what they're doing.
Okay, so
Brock Purdy's number 1.
What? Oh, that makes sense because week one, he had 319 last week and y'all lost.
Yeah, again, that's what I'm saying. We didn't lose because we were bad.
Oh, he got sacked 6 times. That'll do it. That'll do it.
Our O-line just did not do great with a pick, a turnover, and a fumble. It was a blocked punt and a fumble.
The fact that Gardner Minshew's sitting at number 2 on passing yards after 2 weeks is crazy.
Who's Gardner Minshew play for? Oh, that's right, the Raiders.
The Raiders. Matthew Stafford doesn't surprise me, but I don't know who he's going to show the love to now that their 2 best receivers are hurt.
Yeah, I guess we'll definitely see Sunday, but honestly, I'm honestly probably going to go with the Lions on that one. I think it's going to be a really good game.
100%. I'm with you on the Lions. All right. And then to round out Sunday Night Football.
Ugh.
So, I don't know if you saw this come out, but over the last, I don't know how many years it was. I guess since Patrick Mahomes has been in the league, he's thrown 18 interceptions that have been called back due to penalty.
Yeah, it's
rigged. It's rigged against Kansas City. No, because if you look at that play that last week against the Bengals where they called pass interference on that, in the heat of the moment, I thought it was pass interference, but like watching all the videos that I've seen, like when people talking about it, that is 100% not pass interference.
I do think it's pass interference because technically he got there before the ball. But the thing is, on that same play, if you look at the offensive line, there was
holding.
holding
It would.
to
It would.
outs.
It would have negated it.
Yeah, it would have negated and then had another set of or a replay. I honestly think that would have been better, but hey, it is the Chiefs.
I'm gonna look at it real quick. I'm watching the pass interference call again.
Okay.
I just need, because like he's there early, but like
That technically, I mean, that is a pass interference. He was there early.
yeah, but
Like, I don't disagree with that call. What I disagree with is the way that they spread out penalties.
But then again, if the ball wasn't catchable, because the ball, by the time he had hit him, the ball was gonna be over his head anyways.
Yeah, I agree.
So if the ball was not catchable, how is it pass interference? You expect the dude to jump an extra 2 inches just but I don't know how, but like it just doesn't seem. Everything seems in favor of the Chiefs.
It does. I mean, Chiefs are the golden child of the NFL.
They got bailed out week. They got bailed out week 1, and they got bailed out week 2.
You know what? I feel like the Falcons might be able to pull something up there, but although I don't strongly agree with that, I do think the Chiefs will just be able to more outplay.
It's prime time. It's prime time. Kirk Cousins.
It is prime time. Kirk Cousins. So we do have a chance here.
As much as I hate the Falcons, I hate the Chiefs even more. So
I do think Falcons will squeeze out a win. I do think Falcons will squeeze out a win with prime. If prime time Kirk Cousins shows up, there's no doubt in my mind that this will be a great game.
That explains.
Kirk Cousins doesn't show up.
How many? I'm gonna look at the stats against the Eagles. Kirk Cousins was 20 of 29 for 241 yards, which isn't bad, and considering 97 rushing yards. So back to how I won my fantasy game. So Saquon played well enough for me to win, and then Drake London caught the game-winning touchdown for me to win. Yeah. After scoring 3.5 points in week 2, and then he gets me 17 and a half, almost 17 and a half in week 2. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane.
All right, now on to Jacksonville, Buffalo. Ooh, that's a tough one. Hold on, I'm looking at.
Honestly, I don't know if you saw this, with Trevor Lawrence having the biggest losing streak, current active losing streak right now, and being against Buffalo, who did Buffalo win their game last week?
I want to say they did, but I don't know who they played. Oh, that's right. They beat the Dolphins.
That's right. Oh,
31
yeah, that's
to
right.
10. And a bunch of people were trying to say the Dolphins were going to win. And then before even Tua got hurt, the Dolphins were sucking ass.
Yeah. Again, I think they might have been able to mount something, maybe, but
Buffalo's got this.
Yeah, I also do think, again, with that active, was it 9 or 10 game losing streak with Trevor Lawrence? I do think that's going to continue. I don't think that the Jacksonville Jaguars have won since Thanksgiving.
Has it really been that long?
It has been since Thanksgiving that the Jaguars have last won a game.
That's not what. Okay. I don't need playoff history. I just need game. I just need game history. Okay, I'll look at the season. The last time they won a game. Oh, they beat the Panthers. That's the last time they won a game.
Yep.
The last time they won a game was against the Panthers, and before that, it would have been the game week 12, November 26th at Houston.
So, I mean, it's been a long time since they actually won a game.
We don't count the Panthers as a win because, I mean, like, how hard is it to beat the Panthers?
Yeah, it's about just since November since they last won a real challenge.
But considering when they played the Bengals, the Browns, the Ravens, the Bucks, and then, I mean, the Titans weren't. The Titans were kind of awful last year, so the fact they lost to the Titans the last game of the season is pretty funny.
It actually that should have gotten to the playoffs if they would have won that, right?
I think so. They went 9-8. Because I think had they have won, they would have gotten into the playoffs. But I think the Steelers got in, or maybe the Steelers. Who got in? Let me look. Because I know somebody got in instead of them. 2023 season. Postseason. Oh, the Steelers got in because the Steelers went 10-7. That's right.
Yeah, they're going to be always first rounds of exits like they usually are.
And the real question is, with the way that the Bucks and the Saints are playing, does anybody go higher than 9-8 in the NFC South this year?
Don't know, honestly. I mean, Baker Mayfield and what's his name?
Baker Mayfield and Derek Carr.
Derek Carr. There we go. They might fight out for it. I think that they might if they keep going the way that they're going right now. If this isn't just a fluke, then yes, I think they'll be just fine.
Yeah, Jacksonville ended up in 9th place overall last year. Had they have won, I think they would have. Had they have won, I think they would have squeezed out a playoff for the wild card over the Steelers.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't really believe in Jacksonville right now. I think I'm going to have to take the Bills on this one.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills. I'm with you on that. And then, which leads us to our final game of the week.
Week 3. We have the Washington Commanders versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Wow, that's some primetime game.
But I mean, except for maybe Sunday night, none of the primetime games are really even that good. I mean, tomorrow night's game could be decent, but who really wants to watch Jets New England outside of fantasy owners and Jets fans and Patriots fans?
Yeah, I don't really see that one being a very watched game, but I also don't see the Commanders versus the Bengals being a watched game either.
No, because I feel like more people would watch Buffalo Jacksonville since that's the earlier game, and I don't know.
I think that will be a more exciting game, seeing that Washington had not scored a singular touchdown against the Giants, but yet gotta give credit to them; they still won.
Hey, you know what's funny? Whatever kicker they had before that, they literally cut and signed a kicker like earlier in the week for him just to be their like player of the game.
Yeah, their player of the week, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm assuming he won NFC Player of the Week or special teams Player of the Week. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Okay, NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. Players of the Week. Okay. Oh, it doesn't even have week 2. This page doesn't even have week 2 yet. Oh. Okay, 5 hours ago. He got the Commanders kicker got named Special Teams Player of the Week.
Yeah, figure that much. I mean, again, winning
Winning off a 7
making
field goal.
Yeah, that's just crazy. I mean, never thought I would see the day that would happen. But again, I don't see how this is going to be a crazy game. I do think the Bengals will win.
Sorry, my headset died for a second. I totally forgot that I needed to charge it.
No, you're fine. But yeah, I'm going with Bengals here.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's too early to tell on Jaden Daniels. So,
But yeah, I mean, honestly, those are our picks of the week. If you agree, type it in the comments below. Look at that. I sound like a real YouTuber.
yeah. Peace out, and we'll catch you next week.